All right, all right. Always good to be here. Always good to welcome you. I see somebody's in the chat already.
Hey, people.
What's going on, Micah? It's good to have you out here. Thank you for hanging out with us. Truly appreciate it. Man, this is the season finale.
Yes, y'all. We are wrapping it up.
We will pick it back up in the fall. In
Yes.
the fall. Like
Yes.
last season, I should say. That was a marathon.
Yeah.
Nobody should ever do anything like that.
We kind of went a little overboard.
Overboard. So we're going to do 10 episode seasons, and this is episode 10. So
hey, it works, guys. It works. It works.
Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the season thus far. We're going to do a little recap at the end.
Yep.
We want to let you know where you can find the other episodes and season 1. In fact, the link is on the screen, iCouch.show. But we want to chat with you about a couple of things. What we normally do in this first segment of the show is we just kind of do a little station identification. I'm Kirk. This is Kanique. And we together make up Composition LLC. We are this is not the time to grab the phone.
Business located here in Huntsville. Yeah. You know, I'm busy sharing and tagging people. And what was I saying? Yeah, web design, and we also do live video, which is what you're looking at right now.
All right.
Where we do video podcasts and studio consults and so many more, so much more.
So we want to make sure you guys are aware of that. Incubators Couch, however, is unscripted, vulnerable conversations for business owners and entrepreneurs just like you. And we're excited. And some people, somebody said to me the other day, it's like, well, what if I'm not a business owner or entrepreneur? I'm like, what?
You're still welcome, because we also talk to customers, clients, and you can definitely garner some good tips and information from the episodes, I think.
There's everybody's in this cycle.
Yes.
Even a business owner is also a client.
True.
So as you'll see today, our guest today is non-traditional, meaning some people don't even believe that a nonprofit is a business. So we want to dispel those myths. This is literally for everybody.
Yeah.
And there's so much that you can glean and learn. But what we do here right at the beginning of the show, we want to invite everybody to share what your business is, what your content is, what your channel's about, what you do and how you serve people.
And where you are
and
located.
Where you're located. There you go.
Yes.
So
put it in the chat so we can give you a shout out. We would definitely love to, hear more about what you do and so forth.
Right. And we just did that by sharing a little bit about Composition LLC and the fact that we do video strategy, video production, and web design. So we shared a little bit about us. We're based in Huntsville, Alabama. And but basically we can serve anybody.
Pretty much anywhere.
As long as there's internet, we can serve anybody. So we're excited about that.
So typically what the show entails is we will have our rant session where we kind of go off a little bit on some, issues, that we have that you want to get off our chest. Then we will talk about a resource of the week that you should find beneficial if you're in business. And then we will then go into the therapy session with Leslie Cason with Mommy Love Foundation. So let's get into it.
Let's get into
the host rant.
The host rant. To think about it for a second. Here. Oh yeah. Right. We're ready for our host rant. We're ready for our host rant.
So
Come on.
Start it off.
Come on.
Go ahead.
No, here it is. There is we got a chance to go to Thailand. And Thailand has this phenomenon called the night market. And we loved every second of it.
We were out there every night.
I mean, every second of it. We were literally out there every night.
Every night.
custom suits, custom dresses, custom. I mean, I had custom dress shirts made with my initials on the cuff. Oh,
for little bits of money, a little bit.
And the reason why I loved it a lot is because I could haggle. I could actually set my price. I could say, I don't know if I want that. I want to pay for that.
Not paying that.
And
they will come back with, well, how about this price?
Or how about this price? And forth. Yeah, and it was a little bit of a dance. So they would always kind of, where the person started, kind of let you know, like, I can't haggle with you because you started like for me to even buy this from you, you'd have to come down like
way too much, and we don't want to be disrespectful.
Not just disrespectful. We didn't want to do the dance. True. But the point I really wanted to get to is what she just, stole my thunder. We didn't want to be disrespectful. We didn't want to pay less than the thing was worth. I want to say this again for somebody in the back who's not listening. We didn't want to pay less than the thing was worth, or we didn't want to pay an amount that made the person selling it to us feel like they weren't going to deliver their best quality. Oh my. We definitely didn't want that. At a certain point, the old adage that my dad drilled into our minds as we were growing up, it's very expensive to live cheap. And so our rant today is that. Like if you, oh gosh, if you're in business and you've ever heard somebody say, what's the lowest package I can get? Like, good Lord,
like what is the bare minimum I can spend to get bottom? This? That's what we ranting about today, because I'm tired now.
You can't do that, y'all. What is the base barnacle? What is the bottom dollar amount that I could get this for?
Like, without getting this thing, and they start nitpicking and saying, how about not this and not that? Not that either. Like,
you're not going to have a website.
You're not going to have a website.
Or you're not going to have a live show. Like
seriously.
There's a la carte, and then there's just picking up the meat off of the tray and biting it with your hands. That's not a meal.
No.
It's not the experience. Like, what if you walked into a restaurant and said, I don't really need a table and chairs. Like, you could just serve me. How much is it for that? Like, no. that joint doesn't work. They would usher you out of the business. In fact, I think they would be highly upset by that kind of display and that kind of reaction. So I just want clients out there, and of course, if you're a business and you have experienced this, we want to hear from you. 6 of you guys on the live with us today.
I'm sure you have experienced the same thing, because it drives me crazy every time someone comes at me like that. Like, seriously, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Y'all, it's 2024. Don't do that. Don't. Oh, what's the lowest I can get it for? Like, what? Yeah, we used to laugh at Martin, bro, man, from the 5th floor. He'd be like, how much is that joint? Oh, it's like $20. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. What if I did this? And the what if, everything that came out of what if was just so ridiculous. That is what you look like when you come to a business owner and you're like, what's the cheapest I could get for?
I'm just gonna call you bro man.
We're gonna be like, oh, bro man. Hey, bro man. You probably don't want to shop here.
No.
And if you were to say that as business owner, they'd be upset, because they'd be like, oh no, what you talking about? My money ain't good. No, you've already made it clear. We don't sell anything that's in your category.
And I'm hoping as a business owner, you're just going to be at the point where you'll nicely just say, you know what?
Yeah.
This isn't going to work.
It's not going to work.
I can refer you to so-and-so.
Actually, I got nobody to refer you to. Because I don't want
to refer you to nobody.
I don't want to. That's I wouldn't even do that to an enemy.
Yeah, but I'm not. Yeah. No, I'm not the one.
It's disrespectful. I maybe that we haven't spent enough time on that side of the ball. It's disrespectful to the business owner, to the service provider, for somebody to walk in and be like, what you're charging is too expensive. So what's the base barnacle number that I could get it for? What? Like, what if you take this off and take this off? No, then you don't want me.
Pretty much. You don't want it.
And this is what I be trying to say is like, man, you don't go into the store and the bread aisle and be like, no, I don't need the bag of, just give me the bread, just the bread, naked. What?
Just the bread.
No, you got to buy what?
The whole thing.
That's how it comes.
The bag.
I don't need the twisty tie. I can hold it myself.
Everything.
No. You can't do that.
Well, in some countries like France, they do have the bread that they put on their shoulder.
Yeah,
but that's different.
I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that either. So I'm, no disrespect. That's not for me.
But that's our host rant, y'all. I hope you guys can relate. Put it in the chat.
Yeah, we want to hear from you guys in the chat as well, man. Not 8 of you guys on the live right now. We want to hear from you guys. I see Michael Fleming says, I have my own business and I have my own YouTube channel. Started in January 15th of 2017. That deserves a clap it up. That's pretty awesome, man.
That's good.
That's a long time. Way longer than me. I think I did 2019. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So they're longer than me. That's pretty awesome. Equip Institute is with us. That's Florence Donald. Thank you so much for being with us, sis. Always appreciate you coming through and hanging out, even if you got us up on the screen while you're working on some other stuff. I know you're a multitasker. We appreciate you. 9 of you guys on the live right now. Excited to have all of you, but we would love to hear from you as well. We'd love to hear your comments. The resource of the weeks is squarely in my lane, so I'm excited about it. So let's dive in right now. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I wanted to pick this because I got to tell you, I was at a conference yesterday and we did a kind of a lab session where we had the people at the conference. What's going on, Deborah? Thank you so much for being with us. Always good to have you. We had the people at the conference write down. We did an assignment. So two assignments. One was whatever topic you would want to talk about, write 30 seconds of content. Just what you would read, or what you would, maybe post that would take 30 seconds to read. So they all wrote that down. The next thing we did is we put them in groups of 4 and we gave them a topic and we told each of them to like come up with something. So one group we were like, what does it take to be cool aunties? It was a women's conference and it was just to myself and my mentor that was actually doing the presentation. What would it take to be cool aunties? Another group was, a lot of different things, but pertain really cool concepts though. And everybody came up with their different points, but they didn't know what they were doing it for. So then they came into the lab area and we had them record the group of 4, we had them record that as a podcast. So we put all 4 of them on the mics and they shared those points. That's cool. And then we had them record the individual 30-second segments on camera like we are now. And we used StreamYard to record those 30-second segments. Nice. And we used StreamYard to show them the segment, to edit it, trim off the beginning and end. That's true. It does have editing. We then made it into a reel.
In StreamYard?
Yes.
Oh.
And then we added captions in StreamYard. And then we posted it to their social media.
With StreamYard?
From StreamYard.
Yo, that is
one lady
cool.
was like, concept to availability. Yeah. Like, whoa. And that's why I had to share this today because I was like, maybe this is of value to some of our business owners out there.
That's true because you don't necessarily need it if you're going to go live. You don't have to use it for that. You can just use it to create content.
We literally just hit the record button. They recorded their thing. We went into the video library, played it back, edited it. You could trim off the front and the back, and everybody did it themselves. I was just there as a guide. Okay. These are people who had never done it before, and it was that easy that they were able to record, trim off the front and back, because, the little second was like, is it recording? Are you sure? Yes. Like look right here. Okay. And then they trim that part off, and then at the end, they're like, hey, I'm done. How do I stop it? We trimmed that part off, and the whole middle section, which was their content, they now had that in a reel form, and they even had it as with the captions burned in, so you could actually see the captions. And so I've just got a couple of features on the screen right now in terms of some of the things that they are doing. I even showed them a longer video, an interview video that I had done with a podcast guest, and we clicked on this button inside StreamYard that's called AI Clips. and it generated 4 clips. And one of those clips was so good, I was like, man, I might have to post that thing. But I just want to share that with folks,
really
man.
Cool, though.
StreamYard is a really powerful tool for business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, authors, consultants. You're out there doing the side hustle. You're trying to figure out how can I quickly and easily, like, I'm not a video editor. I'm not necessarily a creator, except that you are. That's a whole nother conversation for another time. But you're not necessarily somebody who's going to drop a video on a timeline and edit it.
Yeah,
I get it. This is a very low bar for entry in terms of getting it all done, and it can all happen in the one platform. Now, is it the best at everything? Not really.
No, but it's pretty good, though.
I mean, the fact that you have that whole workflow in one platform is amazing.
That is cool.
And you definitely need to check it out. And if you do, we'd love for you to use our link, kirkandkanique.live/StreamYard, and that link is in the description of the video. So if you're watching this on replay, you can hit it there, or you can just kind of type it in based on what you see in the middle of the screen. So many different features. They now can do live to Instagram. You can actually record in vertical transcription.
That is so cool.
I mean, one guy, he just hit the record button, talked out his ideas, hit the pause button, unpaused it, talked out his ideas, and then he got the transcript of the whole thing, and he was able to clean that up and make that into his ebook. I'm giving you ideas, but my whole point is this is a tool that could really be used for multiple different
ways, not just live streaming, y'all. So think out of the box.
Outside of the box.
And the packages are very affordable.
Yes.
Like, it's cheap.
But they have a free version. They have a free version, but it has a StreamYard logo on there.
Even the paid it's
not much.
Not that much.
I mean, the truth is, if you plan your stuff out right, I just did this with a client. She planned her stuff out right. She paid for the pro account for 1 month, which was like $30. She got all her stuff recorded, and she did not renew. But she probably will later on when she wants to do more. True. But I'm saying, if you plan your stuff out right, you can pay $30 and get everything done in 1 month. So there's a lot of different ways to utilize this, but this is what the resource of the week is all about. We want to make sure we're sharing with you tools that are absolutely something that you can use in your arsenal to get your business out there.
That's really good.
But
that's awesome.
We took a little more time with the host rant and the resource of the week this week because we don't have a spotlight. So we're gonna go right into our couch, our therapy session. So let's get to Man, we are excited to have you back, Incubators Couch fam. I want to say a word of welcome to also our podcast listeners as well, because you guys are just getting started, and the rest of them, the party has already been rolling. So, listen, Incubators Couch is unscripted, vulnerable conversations with entrepreneurs and business owners just like you. And today, on the couch, we've got Leslie.
Welcome, Leslie, to the couch.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you with us.
Yes, indeed.
We are excited for the story you're going to share. Guys, this is going to be a little different.
A little.
Leslie is with a foundation. Her foundation is called Mommy Love Foundation.
And her handle is on the screen.
Yes, it's on the screen.
The whole handle.
The whole handle.
The whole foundation.
We could not find an abbreviation for foundation. Do you know an abbreviation for foundation?
Hey, the whole foundation.
We do not.
Okay.
So, Mommy Love Foundation. And we are so excited to have you. Please tell the people a little bit about you and what your foundation is about.
Yes.
Okay, so for those who don't know me, my name is Leslie Cason. I currently reside in Huntsville, Alabama. I am a retired military wife. My husband was a Marine. He retired a couple of years ago. During that time, back in 2020, when we were going through COVID and doing all the craziness.
Outside was closed.
Yeah, right. And all the moms were at home stressing out because we didn't know what to do with our kids and working at the same time. It was a wonderful.
What has changed? Continue.
The stress level, because we've adjusted. We didn't know what we were doing when it first hit, right? So pretty much because of all of that, that is how the foundation was born. Talking to other moms and figuring out what their stress levels are, what their needs were. It didn't matter if you were making $25,000 or $125,000. Everybody was struggling. So Mommy Love Foundation came about to where we serve moms with kids from ages 0 to 3. And we just picked that time frame because toddlers and newborns they're a lot.
They are a lot.
They're a lot, and that stress level especially if you have multiples.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna drive yourself mad. So that's what I founded the foundation to help moms out between those particular ages. And we provide their basic needs, food, diapers, toys, books, so on and so forth.
That is awesome. That is phenomenal work. Honestly, that's ministry in and of itself. Like, that's absolutely great. So
it is.
And the term, I'm trying my best to be good, but the name itself, I break things down and break things apart. So Mommy Love Foundation, that's a whole word in and of itself. I'm gonna leave y'all alone today. Foundation. See, foundation in the business sense is like an organization.
Yes, it is.
I'm trying to be good.
Okay. Do what you're doing, man. Continue. Go with it.
But foundation is also like what you build on. You know what I mean? Like that's the first slab. Like that's the.
Yes.
So you got to set a firm foundation.
And usually the moms, right? They're whatever the drumbeat of the mom is.
Yes.
Please say that.
That's what the rest of
There's
the house.
a lot.
Yes.
That's why I'm like, there's a whole thing here.
So, we help the moms with the kids, but we're also in the process of helping the moms help themselves.
Yes.
Self-care for them, right? Trying to partner with other companies that can do house cleaning and babysitting and post and prepartum doulas and so on and so forth. So just loving on the moms, right? Because that's part of. You gotta love yourself to love on the kids. So there's a whole
because in order to love on the kids, you gotta build on a firm foundation.
By loving on yourself.
Gosh.
There it is.
To have a strong family.
You see what you started this
You
morning?
got to have a foundation. I'm trying my best to let it go.
You see, that all comes down to picking the right name for your business, your organization.
Yes.
Like,
Thank you for bringing it back. I'm still
right
gone
there.
right now.
Listen, and when I first started it, I was very nervous. I've never wanted a business. That's not what I've ever dreamed of, right? And it just happened to.
That's good. That was another one of our questions. Keep talking.
Oh,
keep talking.
So
that's another one of our questions.
Never wanted a business ever.
Somebody out there is resonating right now. So you're in the right place. You're like, I never wanted a business. I don't know why I'm on the couch. All right.
Never wanted a business. Went to one of our dear friend Lola.
Cool.
She had a Bloom conference.
Oh,
we talked about.
I produced those.
Oh, is it you?
Yeah, I produced multiple of those. Yes, indeed.
Well, one of them that you produced.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
We talked about blooming in your purpose and so on and so forth. And once again, it was during that COVID time, right?
Yes, it was.
So we were talking about this, and Lola, as much as I love her, she made us do a lot of writing. I hate writing, but here we go. So we're writing all the things that I was thinking of purpose, and kind of thinking of all the things that I've gone through with during COVID. Also had a miscarriage, a few years ago before that. So just kind of combining all those experiences. I'm like, okay, what can I do to help moms that are going through in so many ways, right?
So
and
right.
I remember talking to, I believe it was Gianna on the phone, right? I was talking to her, and we were just talking, and it was like God was sitting next to me, rubbing my back, like, this is what you need to do. And I was like, Gianna, I swear he is just doing a download right now. I don't know what's happening. I promise you, he's doing a download. And so yes, I was just talking it out, and that is how everything.
I love it.
So as a content coach, one of the things I work with people to do, including people like Lola and Kimon and others, is to find who your audience is. And what you're talking about is the process of finding your audience. Like when you write down your own profile and the path you took to get to where you are currently, right? So for me, third culture kid, son of immigrants, grew up a certain kind of way, Jamaican, right? There's a whole thing there. If you know, you know. If you don't, it's not for you. We did the whole missionary thing. There's just a lot, and there's people who resonate with different aspects of that journey. And because those are part of my story, I have relevance and credibility with that particular audience.
Correct.
That's what you're talking about right now. And in business, this is one of the best ways to find that service or that product or that thing that you want to provide. Because if you don't know, like I said to this, I would say this story, this Asian dude has the cure. I mean, this guy he has cracked the code for black hair, for black women's hair. Asian dude. cannot market it because you don't know
the experience.
You know, it's not you. Like you put you on that package, and everybody's gonna be like, nah, doc, we don't feel you. You don't understand what it is.
Right.
And so it's sometimes the solution has to come from the right mouth. Oh God. I'm gonna leave it alone today.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm done. I'm gonna stop talking now. We're gonna give it over to Kanique, and we're gonna start our therapy session.
Yes. So guys, we are ready for the therapy session. That's what we are here for.
I
But
know,
we like
I know,
to
I know.
add a couple more
We're keeping
things
those spicy,
in it there
you know?
still, because you can get so much from someone's story, like we just did.
Yeah.
So Leslie,
Yes.
we are ready for your story.
Yes.
Share with us that experience you've had.
Which experience? There's a few.
Okay, you can pick one. You can pick two.
So
Any experience
we're
that didn't go quite so well.
Yeah. I mean, this is
then
the
it goes
therapy
back. Okay.
session.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
This
So-
is yes. Good. Go ahead.
Here we
I
go.
think you got it.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, so I have a big heart, right?
Mhm.
And so because I have a big heart, I have a giving heart. People can take advantage of that.
Okay.
Yes.
Pause. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a big heart. Don't lie. Don't lie. All right, better yet, go and ask your loved one right now, do you have a big heart? If they say yes, come back to the chat and put a 1 in there, okay? Put a 1 in the chat. And I should be seeing 1s right now. There should be 1s going up the screen. All right.
Okay.
Unpause.
So I have a big heart.
Mhm.
People take advantage of that, or they can if I let them, right?
It's true. It's true.
And when you're starting a business, you want to help all the things and all
Yes.
the people, right?
Yep.
Especially as a nonprofit, because we're just giving.
Yeah.
So I had a particular mother who. So let me explain the process of when you request a package from Mama Love, right? So you go online to the website. There is a pop-up screen that comes up. You fill out the survey. It comes to me. I look through it. I gather all your things together. If I have issues or if I have questions, I will IM you back text you back.
Yeah.
According to the number that's on your chart. Okay, so we are chatting back and forth. Did you need this? Did you need that? So on and so forth. I am scrambling around because sometimes we don't have everything in stock. So I'll use the money that we do have and I'll go to Walmart, Target, wherever it is, and get the items.
Yeah.
So we're doing all the things, having all the great communication, right?
Yeah.
Cool. It's drop-off day,
Yeah.
right? And mind you, before drop-off day, I send emails.
Yeah.
Confirmation.
Yeah.
Confirmation.
Yes.
Emails, text, you get them, you confirm, good to go. Confirmation day. She's like, okay, good to go. The morning of, she's like, I will be there. 12 noon, I don't see her. 12:30, I don't see her. 1 o'clock, I don't see you. I leave because there's a certain time. There's a certain time frame.
Yeah.
And so I text her, that afternoon, that evening. Haven't heard from her since.
What in the world?
That's really weird.
When I say I was so annoyed, because I have a big heart, I want to make sure that it's also customer service for me too. I'm a big customer service person.
Right.
I want to make sure that you have everything that you need. If you have special requests, if I can fulfill them, I will. If I can't, I will let you know ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I found a way and made her request happen.
Yeah.
And then you don't show up, you
That's
don't communicate,
ridiculous.
you don't do anything, after that. And I said, you know what, never again.
Never again.
That's crazy.
So what I do now, if you wanna take me through that rat race, that's fine.
Yeah.
You go on a lovely blacklist.
Yes,
Ooh.
exactly.
You go on a blacklist.
We also
and if
have a
you and
blacklist,
so the
y'all.
other thing is I wasn't at the beginning, once again, big heart. Everybody just come. I wasn't asking for IDs. I wasn't asking for any of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I am.
You-
When you
yeah.
come, bring your ID.
Yeah.
One
Makes
time.
sense. Yeah.
I don't care if it's a passport, state
True.
license, whatever it may be. Bring your ID because I need to see and verify that it's you, that this is who I'm giving it to.
True. And you're actually meeting with the person?
Yes.
That
so
makes
I
sense.
so I
Yes.
so I used to, once again, kindness of my heart, drop off. My husband's like, what are we doing?
What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we dropping off?
He's like, whoa.
I need you to pause.
Pause.
He's like, if they want the items,
Let
they
them
need to come to
and
you.
They need to
right.
do a part
He's
in
like,
this
they're
whole process.
asking.
Exactly.
Right. He's like, let them come. I said,
True.
this is what he's here for, right?
Yeah.
All right. So check me and keep moving. Like, yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
I feel
was
that,
like,
yeah.
okay, fine.
makes
So
sense.
I set up, depending on where we are or where the person lives, I set up a pickup zone or
Yeah.
a pickup spot.
Yeah.
Hey, meet me between the hours of 12
Boom.
and 2.
Boom.
Yeah.
And, I am me when you're on your way. I keep saying I am. text me.
Got you.
When you're
People of a certain age.
I know, right?
We know what you meant by I am, but several people might not. Okay.
Text me when you're on your way. And either text or call, right?
Yeah.
And they usually do. Or they'll just show up and be like, I'm here. That's fine. Just bring me your ID so I can give you your items.
Nice.
So that is what we
So
have resorted to now.
these are things that you've pulled out of that particular experience. I work with a nonprofit once that has something similar, not quite, not the same target audience, but something similar. All their things are free, but they do require a deposit.
Deposit of?
Right. Well, it's something small, like $25, but you don't. You get the money back when you come and get the things.
It's like make sure, yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
So big,
yes,
and
I do.
what they're giving them was way more than $25.
Right.
Like, way.
For sure.
But it was just a matter of you will get this money back when you come in.
When you come in.
Yeah.
Oh.
They have a vested interest in
They-
making sure they
show up.
And the reason why I was working with them was from a content perspective. So
Of course.
they also had them sign a little, little release forms.
Okay.
'Cause we did take pictures and
Okay, yeah.
get a little testimonial, get a little video,
okay.
and that stuff went on the site. I'm trying to talk
We're
with
going to keep
yeah.
talking.
We're
Yes.
gonna-
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to
Yeah,
keep talking. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
But that was
Okay.
the reason for the $25.
Okay.
We needed them to come,
Right.
because we're going to also have a video crew there, and you don't want the video crew there,
Correct.
and then nobody
And then they don't
shows.
show up.
That's a whole disaster. So I'm just chatting it through with you.
Chatting,
but I think
and I'm
that-
depositing. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We're depositing.
Yeah. But I think that the main takeaway from this particular story is you do need to put those safeguards in place, not just from the standpoint of making sure your time is respected.
Right.
I've always felt that there is when people get things for free, there is a
That's true.
perception that it's just kind of like,
It's whatever.
it is whatever.
whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
when they have to put something in,
Yeah.
some of their own equity
Yeah.
in there,
Yeah.
they're more likely to be
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm gonna do the same. I'm
Well,
gonna see it
right.
through.
Well,
Right.
even for us, like one of the things that we do when we do work for quote unquote free or at a severe discount, we put the real price on the invoice. And we might even discount the joint down to zero. But
they
the
can see
person will see the invoice and recognize like, oh, that's
Exactly.
whoa.
Yes.
And if they were to ever talk to someone else and say, hey man,
They
you should
can
go to
say-
composition. Here's what they invoiced me.
Right.
Now I got to
Exactly.
discount it down, but this is the original.
This is the actual. This is the
Yes.
actual price.
So they can't
So
be
it
like,
helps.
oh, I didn't know.
It helps
Yes,
because
you
I
know.
think
You
people
know.
value put the value on things that cost.
Right.
That's
That's
just
true.
Right.
that is
You're
just human
absolutely
nature.
right.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yes.
Yeah. That's absolutely awesome. I think the work you're doing is phenomenal. I just
Thank you.
I just have to say that
Thank
one
you.
more time.
That is awesome.
But I absolutely love the way, so did they, if you're saying they never showed up, like,
They
Still
never
have
showed.
not.
To
They
this
have not
day.
responded. They have not. That's okay. I got your name on the list. You just will not.
why
And
are
she
we
and
like-
so
why are
and
we
so
like
we
this?
have those right that actually communicate with you, and then we have those that make a request, and when you say, hey, need you to confirm, they never confirm.
Yeah.
But mind you, they're not, they're not confirming the same day. Or a day or two before they pick up. They're confirming about a week before, so
Yeah.
I know what to get them.
yeah.
True.
And if you don't confirm,
then.
Then
I don't have to
you
worry
don't have
about
to be
you.
running
I don't have to.
around.
I don't
So
have to worry about
there
you.
are fate. Yeah,
Yes,
you
there are
have it
phases.
tiered up.
Yes,
Yeah.
there are
That's
phases.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
There
Because
are
that way,
phases.
you
Yeah.
Because
just want to do
takes
this
time to put
little.
things
It
together.
does, yeah.
I don't want. I would hate for you to be able to do that work and they're not even confirming.
It's-
Okay.
because I have other things to do. Like this is so the Mommy Love Foundation. I love it. It is my baby, but it is not my
Your full-time job.
correct.
Yeah,
It's not what pays me.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
have an actual
Yeah,
job
yeah.
that keeps me pretty
Yeah,
busy.
yeah.
Plus
This is
the
passion.
family, plus
Yeah.
the right,
Yeah.
everything else. So you learning to juggle everything, and then we have people who want to waste your time. Say, well,
True.
I don't
Because
have
that's
time.
2 hours that you're waiting for them to show
Nah,
up.
bro.
Right.
Out of your day.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
That's two
It's
2 hours, and those hours cost money.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a good friend of mine calls it food work and hard work.
Yeah.
You got food work. Food work puts food on the table.
Yeah,
hard work is just my passion.
Yes.
That's what I love.
Yes.
This. But this ain't paying me.
No.
Just keep it as that.
No.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
That's cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I enjoyed your story.
Yeah, really
Oh,
did.
Wow.
Thank you. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
these are the things we lovely nonprofits tend to go
Yeah.
through, depending on what your service that you're providing is.
Yeah.
There's
Put it. Putting those safeguards in place will help anyone.
Right.
Whether you're a nonprofit,
nonprofit.
yeah, whatever.
Definitely.
Putting those safeguards in place is going to save everybody. And to be clear, it saves the client or person you're working with as well, because those confirmations. I mean, if you're on the receiving end and you're hoping that you show up and everything is there. And, I mean, I just want to, to kind of balance that thing.
Right,
Her story is
true.
her story, but there are scenarios where it's like, hey, I signed up for this, and you show up and there's nobody there.
That's
like
true,
the place looks abandoned. It's like,
or whatever it may be.
It's like, oh no. So those confirmations kind of give it, it steps them through the process. It allows them to know that this is real. And again, that deposit though, once people have skin in the game, I'm telling you, even if it's 99 cents, even if it's $5,
paying something.
once they have it and they know that they'll get it back. And listen, I mean, some people put the charge on it that will allow them to, kind of recoup their time. I don't think, if you're not in a nonprofit space, that's a little harder. Because you would have to charge almost like $1,000 or something in order to make that work. But this other nonprofit, like I said, they just really did like a $25 thing.
Right.
And it really helped to cut down
on the foolery. On the foolery. Okay.
And the bots as well, because we had random things that just trying to come through and sign up for stuff.
And I was I've had I don't know if it's a bot or not, but I've had a couple. Of they look legit, but you're like, this name, Lord, what is this? Yeah, what is
the email address
and watch, and those are the ones that don't respond back. So I'm like, okay, so now you're just wasting all time.
It's a bot, because they're not conversation. There's so much technical pieces around it, but those are the other reasons why you put some of those pieces in, because they can't get past that.
That's true.
Like that's a fail safe in your form, but it's like, okay, the bot can fill out everything else. They ain't gonna pay though. The bot don't have no credit card. So. And if they do, hey, come get this stuff.
Come get the stuff. Thank you for your deposit. Thank you for the deposit.
This was dope. We got to have you back. I feel like you have more stories.
It sounded like
I try to keep my stories to a minimum, but if we can come up with some stuff,
we'll have you back.
We're gonna definitely have you back.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I would love to come back.
Yeah, indeed. All right. Well, fam, thank you for hanging with us today. We'll see you in just a moment for our wrap up. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. Who knew that we could get a good story from a nonprofit? That's a little different.
I'm smiling because it was a great experience, but I'm not smiling because that one was jacked. I mean, real talk. I just hate to see people get done dirty like this.
Yep.
D-Man says, there are more stories. Thank you for the confirmation,
Mm.
sir. We would like to hear more of them.
Yes.
We need as many of them we possibly can. And maybe y'all need to start putting out some content. I don't know.
No, with StreamYard you can.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh, a show for nonprofit owners. That would be good. Because they're a little different.
We like full ideation mode right now.
Nonprofits are a little different. So you don't really see a lot of shows for nonprofits.
Yeah.
You see a lot of businesses and business owner shows, but not.
That's a whole niche by itself.
Yes.
Yeah. So, first of all, Katherine, it's been a minute.
It's been a long time.
Thank you so much for coming on, hanging out with us.
Good to see you in the chat. It's awesome having you back.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree with you more. It is amazing it's mind-boggling. I'm sitting here like, man, how could somebody just not show?
Don't communicate.
Yeah,
this stuff is free. For $3.99, and you don't have the decency to say, you know what, I can't make it, or I'm not interested anymore. Just say something.
This is the finale, so this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this. That kind of behavior starts from childhood, and those parents did not nip it in the bud. So if your child right now is doing some of those kinds of similar nonsense, you need to be like, hey, don't grow up and be that kind of person that they ain't even gonna communicate. You at least gotta communicate. Communicate.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Communicate.
Teach them from now, because they will be those same people who you mad at.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. She said, this is not the comment I was trying to put up, but the first comment she said, not-for-profit and non-profit and not-for-profit doesn't mean we don't need to make money. Exactly. And that's real.
That's true. Yeah.
That is real. Or earn money, because making money is
You're so
illegal.
Right.
Yes.
You're so right.
That is a hilariously true point. I gotta make this money. Don't make it though. Earn it. There's money out there that you can earn. Anyway, but man, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Catherine. We missed you, man. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you for coming.
That's so cool. D man, thank you so much for being here. We know you had a vested interest in being with us tonight. But we love it. We love to see the support among couples. So appreciate you for being with us, Doc. And thank you for your service. I see your profile picture. That's what's up. That's what's up. And then, of course, Leslie, thank you so much for coming through and hanging out. This was a great experience, great show. I was thinking to myself, not nonprofit.
Yeah, we're like, how are we going to get that to work?
But man, that story was good.
Because you're dealing with people. And like we say,
people are constant variable. Oh, no, they're non-constant variable. Non-constant variable. Yes, we're back live, but you're catching us on the season finale. So hopefully you can catch some of the replays as well.
But we were going to kind of recap the different episodes we've had for this season. Just real quick. Just go through them real quick.
Yes. Now, I'm not going to lie. I was like, man, we did that too. So we had one with, are these in order?
I don't think you have it in order there.
No, this is not in order.
But the first person that we had was Nicole Taylor. And she talked about...
Yeah, that's the one that's missing.
Nicole Taylor, she talked about how she ran her daycare at the time. And the experience that she had with a couple. And the mom just kind of went off on her.
Yeah.
And she was just like, you know what? Come get your child.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to deal with none of this. Come get your child.
Business. So
we're good.
When a client crosses the line, fire them. That was the title for that one. When a client crosses the line, fire them. Just fire them. Business lessons learned from running a daycare. So that was the first one.
And then the second one was with Corian Moore.
Sometimes the client is actually right.
Yes.
Sometimes the client was different. Yeah. He actually shared a story with a client and the client was like, well, I kind of want it this way. And he was like, no, but you don't do this. It was really good because sometimes in business, you need to at least play it out. Let it play out sometimes. You never can tell.
It might actually be good. It might actually be totally different from what you expected, and it's excellent. So
that was his experience, and he was able to take that experience and serve other clients with it because he's now done it that way, and he's like, I didn't think this would work, but now that it has worked, perfect. So that was another one that was really cool. And then the next one we had
was Abria Queen. She is the fitness lady here in Huntsville. She is a trainer.
That's the people are a constant variable.
People are a constant variable. And once she talked about that, we've been peddling that the whole season.
Yes. People
are a non-constant.
Yes, if they were constant, you could solve for them. You can't solve for people. People be doing nonsense. Oh, anyway,
for real.
We love people, except when they people.
Yeah. And then the next person we had was Malcolm Taylor, wife of Nicole, who was in husband of Nicole.
Right.
And
in business, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fail.
And he gave a really different perspective because he was looking at it from a, how do you say that? Like
venture capitalist, like a Shark Tank kind of a scenario. His story was very different than what we normally get because he's a serial entrepreneur, multiple businesses, he and his wife, multiple. And he was getting into real estate and actually owning strip malls and that kind of thing. And he was talking about this massive deal. It's a great episode. It was really you definitely want to go back and check that out.
It was really good.
Yeah.
And the next one we had was with Gianna Snell, and she is a photographer here in Huntsville.
Yes, indeed.
That she be killing the game. And what was her title?
In business, always have a contract. In her story, the contract saved her. It saved her.
As I'm saying these things, the stories are coming back to mind, and I'm like, ooh, that was a good one.
Trust me when I tell you, that one is one you want. I guess I've said that for all of them so far, but that one it's a unique story because, and I love the stories when we can be vulnerable, when we can share, like, there were things that happened with this particular client engagement that I'll admit didn't necessarily go all the way right.
Yeah.
But it didn't warrant the response that I got, and these are the things that I did, and this is what I learned from it. So it's a great story.
And the next person was Taina Nixon, and she is a life coach here in Huntsville as well.
Yeah.
And what was hers?
When a client is not your target. Not your target. And she's
yeah.
Coming back to me. Yeah, people be peopling. But she had a client that
was not for her. At least not at that point.
Yeah, because I was actually kind of like, I feel like that client is nobody's client. Like,
pretty much.
The way when she described him, I'm like,
doing any of the things that you are coaching them to do.
Yeah.
Nah, toss him. No.
Yeah.
That's not it.
Yeah. It was great, and the conclusion was actually pretty cool as well.
Yeah. And then last week, that was like.
Yeah. Top. But you skipped 2.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There were 2 episodes that we did by ourselves.
Oh, that's
one was how to determine your product or service in terms of figuring out your target audience.
Yeah.
It was just the 2 of us, and we really did a deep dive of how to really find that out. Gave a lot of practical tools.
Yeah, it was like a master class, y'all. Honestly, so that was free information. You should go back and watch.
It was a different format.
Because that was really good.
And yes, I have been referring people to it even in my own coaching business because it's still a really good model even for finding what your content area is. So that one's a good one. And then the next week we did a week in the life. What does a typical entrepreneurial week look like? And we kind of walked you through what our week looks like, and then we kind of made it general from the perspective of this is what entrepreneurship looks like. I mean, sometimes it's hard to visualize like what will life look like when when I go full time, when I'm actually this is not the side hustle, this is my main thing. That's why we wanted to really capture that concept. Yeah, true.
Because if it would have been, it's perfect for someone who's just now thinking, I want to be an entrepreneur. Give them an idea of what to kind of expect. To know that it changes. You never know what's going to happen.
Man, Catherine is just tracking with us. I love your comments. I've been reading them. I didn't get a chance to put some of them on screen, but she's just tracking with us. But I think for that entrepreneurial week one, I think the biggest thing for me in putting together the slideshow was just kind of looking at the week and realizing like, man, that's a pretty dope week. It was a lot, but it was a really dope week. Cool. I mean, the ribbon cuttings, the business meetings, the show, the stuff for our kids, the stuff for ourselves. It was a dope week. I mean, we got a chance to go for a walk around the lake and caught a picture at sunset. That was like the last slide in that week. It was a really cool week. And so, sometimes, with all the things going on, you don't necessarily get a chance to kind of appreciate. Recap and be like, man, that was actually pretty dope. Like, I'm actually living the dream. I mean, I guess my dream a dream, like the type of week that we showcased. And some of it was a little bit busy and a little stressful, project deliverables and all that stuff. So it wasn't like all glitz and glam. There was sweat equity in there for sure. But it's the type of week that you could walk away from and be like, I did that. I was able to go to the game, support them at the track meet, do the different things. It was a really cool week. And I really enjoyed that one. In fact, that's one I've gone back and watched again because that one's been really good for me. And then we had last week.
You need to show her the comments.
Oh, man.
Last week, we had Lakeisha Wheeler, and she is with Kiki 360 Designs.
That's correct. That's correct.
And she talked about how she was sued by a client, y'all.
Yeah, that was big.
And it was drama. Yeah. Like, was a
The title was, They Took Me to Court. They took me to court. Like when she said that the warrant officer knocked on her door and served her the papers, I was like, what? I had to lean back like,
If you watch the episode, I think our mouths were open like majority of the
There's an entire pause where we just looked at her like and then we all kind of laughed like, you got to be kidding me. Like, there's a genuine reaction, y'all. Genuine reaction. And last week's episode, I've actually heard a lot of comments for, because this is a major concern for folks who are looking to get into the entrepreneur world, and they're like, man, I'm not certain about this.
Yeah.
I'm not certain about this. I'm not certain if this is what we want to, really want to go through.
And we kind of talked about the things that you should put in place to protect yourself and your business, because
I mean, and it's not all encompassing, but it's a launch pad. And I think the major takeaway from last week was you need to do that homework. You need to do that homework and make sure your I's are dotted, T's are crossed, that everything is in order.
Yeah, make sure you have the right insurance, because some insurance does not work for some businesses like ours.
Yeah,
we need a specific type of insurance. So.
And even with that, you need to revisit the conversation. It's not a one and done. Like, we have more equipment now than when we first got our stuff. So we kind of, I need to
look around the room.
As you look around the room, you're like, oh, we need to insure some more. But that's on one side of it. But just the whole concept of, okay, I want to make sure the house is safe and the kids are safe and the cars are safe and my own assets are safe, and that none of that can be touched because I'm in business. So those are some of the things that we kind of touched on. It was an eye-opening conversation. I see you, Catherine.
Yep.
Definitely talk to a lawyer.
Talk to a lawyer.
No, this is not the time to be like, well, I watched it on YouTube and they told me on YouTube that I could. No. That's not the time. You want to get that thing, button that up. Button that up. It's a worthwhile investment to make sure you're safe where that's concerned. So
covered.
That was an episode that we were very happy to be able to deliver to the Incubators Couch audience and to the world. Essentially, we're hoping that will have legs. But I especially like tonight's episode as well. This is of course the finale.
Really good. Totally different business setup.
I think there's even as I reflect on the episode a little more, there's something to be said. So even for churches and faith-based organizations, they are also nonprofits. And I think, just listening to what Leslie said, I wonder what it would look like for churches to operate with that, with those systems and that type of, like one of the elders at our church and I, Malcolm, who was also a guest on the show, we are constantly talking about the fact that this place is a business. Like this place, we just don't want to call it that because we're a church, but we really need to be in that space.
Treat it like that.
And so it's kind of like, man, because we're not treating it like that, we're missing out on opportunities.
And dealing with a lot of frustration.
Yeah, to be efficient and effective. It is definitely something else. Hey, Mika, what's going on?
Hey, Shamika.
What's going on? What's going on? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We truly appreciate you. This is live. We respond to comments because we want people to know that this is not a replay. This is live.
Yes,
Now, those that are watching on the replay, we thank you. But Mika is here with us live tonight. We're excited to have you. But yeah, that's one of the key takeaways is like, man, regardless of whether you're profit or not for profit, faith-based or business, still want to refine your systems so that you're effective and efficient. You don't get taken advantage of, because that could have easily happened to Heaven's Storehouse, which is our thing at the church that does care packages and stuff like. Could have easily happened where they put something together and somebody just does a full-on no-show. It's like, you need to learn from that. And that kind of opened my mind a little bit about, maybe we could actually market Incubators Couch to faith-based as well.
That's true.
Oh,
really? Okay.
Listen.
I'll be looking them up.
You see if you see if you see the ticker right on the screen right now, it says, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, email us at contactus@yourcomposition.com. We would love to chat with them. Especially if they're local. LNG Tile. LNG Tile. Okay. All right. Make the connect. We would love to have them. Season 2 is going to be coming up. Season 3 is going to be coming up in the fall. We're going to take the summer.
The summer.
Whew, Lord. May, June, July.
Yeah.
And in August, we're going to kick it back off again. We're going to have a high schooler help us.
Yay.
Oh, you were saying yay.
Okay,
yay.
I'm excited.
I'm just like, help us, Holy Ghost. Oh Lord, it's his first high school, but it's also our first high school as parents. So this is different for me. It's gonna be interesting.
Immigrant the CEO. Okay.
Say less. Say less. Stop talking.
Yes.
Let's get him let's get him on the couch. Let's get him on the couch. We'd love to have him. Real talk. We'd love to have him.
For real.
And that's such a great point, Dee. Thank you so much for sharing that. Hey, congratulations,
That's
Catherine.
awesome,
Thank you so much for
Catherine.
sharing that with us.
That's
That's absolutely awesome.
Wow.
Congratulations. Hey, this is that season. It's graduation time.
Yeah, the whole month.
If I can be,
April, May.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but my goddaughter, who I was standing in the waiting room when she was born, will be graduating from college next weekend.
Yep.
So I cannot believe that. That is absolutely amazing. And we will be there yelling at the top of our lungs. We will have no voice left. But man, I'm excited for your youngest, Catherine. That's absolutely awesome. But I want to say this to Dee. Thank you so much for that reminder. It's a great way for us to be able to land here tonight listen, man, Incubators Couch, as we said, is unscripted, vulnerable conversations with entrepreneurs and business owners, literally just like you. And because it's just like you, we need more guests. So we'd love to have new guests coming through and hanging out with us and sharing some of their stories and experiences. Because again, there is no space like the Incubators Couch, quite literally anywhere. I believe that this joint is going to get picked up by somebody, not the idea and concept. I'm just saying. I feel like this is gonna have legs, and it's going to be a larger platform. You guys were there first, so we're excited to be able to have this, our regular crew.
True, yeah.
And the email is there on the screen for you to be able to send us a message and say, hey, this person here, I think that they would be great to have as a guest on the show. So pretty cool.
But so. Thank you all for being with us for season 2 of the Incubators Couch.
Season 2.
We are so excited that we made it to another season, y'all. That's big.
Yeah,
we don't take any
Deborah Brewer. Deborah Brewer's here.
We appreciate y'all tuning in every week with us as
we
rant, as we share, as we talk.
Yeah. And as we learn, as we learn, because I think that's the biggest thing. I think Catherine put it in there earlier. She's like, hey, that's something that you shared last year, and I've stolen it. I've shared it with others. I've implemented it, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's cool.
I wouldn't even call it stealing. This is what this space is for. Yeah. We want to provide that kind of value and that kind of insight. Absolutely. We get those things off of our chests, and we can learn from them, and we can collectively learn from them. So some of us don't have to end up facing those scenarios.
Same things. Yeah,
oof, Lord. So
skip those pitfalls and stuff.
Fam, thank you so much for your time and attention. We cannot. It goes without saying. There's no show without you. There's no point in us going live if there's not somebody to watch. So we really truly appreciate you coming and hanging out with us tonight, and we hope that it was meaningful. Hope that you learned something, and we would love to see you for season 2 in August. August.
That's the aim. August.
That is the aim and the goal. And even as I say it out loud, I'm realizing there's multiple conflicts. But August, we're gonna aim for August and see how it happens. See how it happens. Thank you guys so much. We will see you in the next one. Later, fam.